So yeah, I'm here. Gnome's here.
I'm Gnomebitten.
Yeah. And Cube's here.
It's cube.
Yeah.
Most
Also,
of the changes for the cube they made for Kaldheim were okay, at least. But
yeah, there's a couple that are like obviously like that
like,
are you see the cards and you're like, okay, that makes sense.
there's no reason they put the wolf in when they should have put the binding in, so the maelstrom pulse that is a
Yeah,
land.
the wolf is like fine because like even like just going zero wipe moxes isn't bad.
And that's okay.
But like I see Coast Mina and
Yeah,
what is
Cosmina's
this?
not
What
very
what
good.
is what are you doing here? You wouldn't even be good in Legacy Cube. You wouldn't even. I don't know if you'd be playable in Modern Cube, my friend.
If there was some kind of Cosima fast bond deck, you know, I think it would be fast bond doing the work and not Cosima.
Yeah, that's fast bond less than it is Cosima. And
But
the,
the red one, the red god of storytelling, that's a card.
yeah, that one's
Both halves of
real.
that are a card.
As is there's one other that I saw and I was like, oh no, that makes sense. The like um that was that I saw in cards. It wasn't specifically Usher of the Fallen, but they added that one, which is just like one
A one
mana
drop,
two. Yeah, like
which,
here's a one drop. Like sure, your white deck needs Piker or needs a
yeah.
Savannah Lion. Here's Savannah
They've
Lion
had,
with text you never want to use, but
yeah, Savannah Lion that you use when you flood or when your hand is empty, which I guess you can do if you're in that deck, but you don't want that's not the card you really want for that deck anyways.
so anyway, let's
Let's jump on in.
get things going.
I have a distinct plan I want to do this time, and I want us to force this, okay?
Okay,
Force a good deck.
I can try. Last time I completely flubbed up and it sucked real bad. So I'd like to play good cards.
I would like to play some good cards. I want to force opening some power and playing some kind of good blue deck. That would be my dream.
Well, let's ride directly. Okay, yeah, I think this was the other one I saw. And I was like, yeah, sure.
It's fine.
I'm not gonna.
Ancient Tomb is pretty cool.
Uh,
What else is
treasure,
cool in here?
treasure cruise. We see
No
the
fetch lands.
no fetchies. We see the mole drifter though. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to pick that over treasure cruise in a world like
Yeah,
this.
in Vintage Cube, you have to wield a mole drifter. That's just the truth of it. Um,
Which is not happening in a pack with two blue cards because there's at least five blue drafters at any given table.
yeah, the two cards that speak to me here are Ancient Tomb, which we will play in 90% of decks,
Mm,
and Thousand Year Storm, because that's the only card that like has an identity out of these that I care about.
yeah, I like Tomb because Tomb, like you said, is just gonna fit in literally anything.
Yeah,
So
we want to have a deck that uses mana to play Ancient Tomb.
yeah, and most, Whisperwood is not. That's not even
Nah, Whisperwood's not. I would take Fraley's over Whisperwood Elemental.
Ancestral Vision, Metamorph, Thran Dynamo.
Thran Dynamo and Metamorph.
Those
No
both,
fetch lands.
those both speak to me immediately.
Some good green in
Um,
here. The Crucible is interesting, but it's got to be Thran Dynamo or Metamorph, right?
yeah,
I'm sorry for infecting your chat with
I was gonna
baseball.
say y'all having a good time talking about it.
Yeah, go. There's a sports channel in the Discord. We can take it
Yeah,
there. Thran
that is
Dynamo.
the reason I made that channel, and it doesn't get used for it. So
Is Thran Dynamo better than
I don't
Metamorph?
know. Metamorph does a lot.
Yeah, if we get like a any other mono rock, we could just use Metamorph as that. So I think I feel the Metamorph here. Although it takes 4 life to play it off our ancient tomb.
Fine by me. There's wheel. There's a rainforest. There's a cradle. There's
Okay, the most powerful card in this
Birgi.
pack is Gaia's Cradle, right?
Yeah, by obvious metrics.
It's really hard to do show and tell in cube,
Yes.
and there's just a blue fetch land.
Also yes, which is like. So we were talking about it at the beginning. As every time, there's always this in every cube. You can see remnants of it right here. Like the new set always gets a dozen cards, and like Birgi maybe
Birgi's actually real.
is fine. And of all the cards that are added, Birgi's maybe the realest. So I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
God,
Gaia's Cradle's the most impactful card. I think Misty is a little safer, but I want to try Gaia's Cradle. It works with Ancient Tomb well enough.
A little worried about no green cards in the pack, but Cradle would have been picked. Like
you can play Cradle without green cards.
yeah,
Just play it as an Ancient Tomb.
yeah. We got
Pinhorn Elf is fine though.
Finn Ornell, Stone Coil. Stone Coil's real as hell. That's a.
I am a noted Stone Coil supporter just because it has random upsides. It's basically not as good as Walking Ballista, but hey.
Yeah. Oh man, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it.
Would be nice to have that clamp in a cradle deck, but I think we have to prioritize the.
I think we need to get on. I think we need to get on the color before we get on, like anything else, right? Like that's the big part here.
It's a force pick counter spell. It's a little late, but
again, green just getting completely not real. So
let's try a different color then.
Yeah, well, I think we need to jump off that, which means jar, breach.
I kind of like that through the breach. with our ancient tomb. If we're playing like a big ramp deck, we might just be able to use that anyway. What else speaks to you? Because memory jars, I've always been underimpressed by a memory jar.
Yeah, memory jar is the one that most sets off. I'd be fine with breach. I like breach way more than I like
show and tell.
Show and tell. The problem with show and tell is that show and tell kicks your ass when you cast it.
Yeah. Whereas breach, you breach an Eldrazi and they lose.
Second throw. Thank you very much for the sub as well. Cube. Let's try it. Nothing else in here is super. Okay, Llanowar Elves, E-Witness. Perhaps we can get something. Keep the green bits in here.
Yeah, if we're taking Fintorn and Llanowar, maybe the other players will also see a weak green signal.
And then we get it in 2 and 3.
And we might be able to get it in pack 2. The E-Witness is a little bit of something, but I value the Llanowar Elves more.
Here's another
Cradle deck.
Here's a card that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Do you know what the number of dwarves in the cube is?
2?
No.
Is Fairgrounds Warden?
1.
Okay, just
flat.
Okay.
Just flat.
I was wondering if Fairgrounds Warden was in the cube.
Signet, Garrick, Cultivate.
Cultivate.
Signets are really high value with Ancient Tomb in the deck, obviously.
Yes, Siggy goes up in value with Ancient Tomb, and also Phyrexian Metamorph.
Yeah.
Gary is just really powerful.
Yeah.
Cultivate, I don't really consider that much. Could go either way here.
I kind of like Garrick. Okay, so this is tough. Obviously, as I mentioned, Signets are incredibly powerful, really strong. Garrick being able to double up on tomb activations or double up on cradle activations is a lot of goddamn ramp.
Yeah.
That's something we can pretty reasonably get out on 3.
A mid-pack Signet, a green Signet also doesn't signal green. Okay, whatever.
All right, green is open. It was just, it must have just been the packs.
It was just some packs.
It was just some packs. Perhaps a red splash happens for Through the Breach. It was just some packs.
Wait a second. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That creature gains haste. Sacrifice that creature. If you put in Metamorph as not a creature, does it still sacrifice an end of turn? Or does it forget because it's no longer a creature?
I don't know.
Basically, you would never do that except as a surprise, but it's worth.
Sure, Whisperwood, which sad Fraley's didn't make it back around, but
Yeah.
What I was thinking there though is that pack is kind of sad for us. Yeah, as Nick Themeron says, like the other two cards in there are just fine. Like Timber, the Timberwood is really good as just like forest that also is a reasonable late game spell, and then Titleist Tracker is always strong
Yeah.
shit.
So somebody on our left got we got Devoted Druid. Somebody on our left got the green card that was in
Frailes.
this pack, Fraley's and Devoted and Eternal Witness and Explorer.
Yeah, oh well, I'm
Cumberland Gorge.
gonna grab that gorge in case the. I know there's obviously a tomb here, but I want to live in a world where perhaps this through the breach is real. If we get sneak attack, that turns it a lot more on.
Yeah.
And this is a duel that also works really well with
Yeah.
elves. So
Good with our elves, works bad with our Nissa. Nature's Claim is probably just main deckable.
that's main deckable. This is a good card. Um,
We expected this.
so uh, there's a one of the things you can see on the main page on MTGO right now is that Time Spiral Remastered is out or whatever.
Yeah, there's
And there,
we want that old frame Nature's Claim looks
yeah,
pretty pert.
yeah, a lot. Like for me, it's old frame. Like the entire set, I don't really care about.
Hmm.
But old frame, vintage, and legacy cards look really nice. Like,
Nah.
like it's weird because like when I see a card that isn't like vintage legacy playable, I'm like, that's not great. But then it's like, okay, survival, stomping
Um,
ground, almost
could,
nothing else.
it could be a survival deck.
Yeah,
Vanifar's dumb. Delta's okay. There's also a Force of Will.
start picking up blue.
Just immediately start picking blue cards, but survival's okay.
Yeah. Survival gets better if we can find things like we can't find E-Witness, obviously. We had to pick a
Yeah.
elf over that, but even like a Rex Sage or
Any kind of ETB, or maybe like a Terastodon or something.
I don't think survival wheels because it's the only green card in the pack.
Yeah.
And we are certain there is another green drafter one
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
Fraley's didn't table, like there were a number of green cards that didn't table. There's one other green drafter at this table, like hard green drafter.
Yeah. There's at least one more. And they'll be passing to us this time.
Yeah, it's likely they're one or two on our side. Polukranos, Ugin, Birds, Solemn, Worn Power Stone.
Birds is the generic choice. We can produce a ton of mana, so Ugin is not out of the question.
Yeah, Ugin is a pretty easy like make for us. It's not as powerful as Karn, which sucks,
Yeah.
but
It's usually not as powerful as Karn. I wish it were a creature. If that were like a big 8-drop creature, I'd be much more into it.
it's Kozilek, something like that.
Hmm.
Um,
So maybe it's the birds here?
and birds. I'm not gonna hate birds here. And then like if we can get back, there's four other cards in here, or let's say five with Caracas that I would
Yeah.
want.
Polukranos, Caracas, even Jite in a Llanowar Elf deck isn't the worst.
Yeah, Worn Power Stone is the other one that I'd be completely fine getting back around on a table. Because if we can turn to a Power Stone,
If you wipe away your own mana dorks to cast your Ugin, you're probably fine. Well, we can just have every good 1-drop mana
I'll
creature.
take every one good drop mana creature, and then now we don't have to really worry about this. We got birds, we got Hierarch. We're basically good on that route.
Yeah.
Uh,
If that weren't noble, like
I-
if that were Llanowar Elves, I would consider the Signet over it, but
yeah, Noble Hierarch is that good.
there's also a Trop in here.
Yeah.
Screw Trop. We don't need Tropical Island.
Command.
There's a okay. There's a consecrated Sphinx. What if we were blue?
Yeah, I saw Consecrated and Uro in this pack, and those are both very high reasons to pick over into blue.
Uro's a bit hard, but it is very powerful.
Right. Sphinx is dumb as hell.
Sphinx is very stupid. Primal Command, if we don't want to immediately jump off, is a really good card.
Problem is, I feel like with three green cards in here, like Sphinx maybe doesn't make it, but I feel like this is a pack we still, because there's only one real green drafter, we still
Yeah.
might just get Primal Command back. And after our 4 1-drops that are actually good, Goose isn't like
Yeah, Goose is terrible. I wouldn't play Goose under any circumstance.
You could find a deck. I would need to be able to have an Oko in my deck to really want it, but
Uh, Probably not Yav Elder.
don't hate
Acidic
having.
Slime's pretty
I
good.
don't say don't hate having an acidic slime, especially in a survival deck.
I'm suddenly
Um,
regretting saying we didn't need that Trop Island. Yeah,
yeah,
you live and you learn. Yeah, I love a slime.
yeah. Acidic slime gets the job done really well in this format. Uh,
Love blowing up lands.
Winter Orb wishes it was good.
Yeah, basically you need Urza for the Winter Orb to be anything. Looking pretty empty.
Yup.
Bloodbraid Elf hits a Monodork.
Mm-hmm. That's all it does.
Burning kills all our Monodorks.
Uh-huh.
Stirring Wildwood. Or the Bloodbraid Elf. It's neutral here.
I'm probably not using any of these.
Yeah. Which marginal pick do you want?
I'm gonna cut off the one that cuts off our color a little heavier.
A
Scoos.
Skuza and Finale are both pretty dang good.
Yeah. Always love to have me a Scoos.
Indicate. Target. You.
This.
No, this.
Yeah, this one. This one's this.
This one's this.
The other one with the other art is the you.
You. You. Yeah, pick up a news here. The Finale. If that were Green Suns, I'd be a little more into it.
Yeah. The big thing is I really okay. Predator.
Marginal pickups here. You could try a Trigon Predator.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I feel like a 5th Elvish Mystic is a little overkill.
Yeah, because you got another Elvish Mystic plus a Devoted Druid. I think Armana is fine. Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah, usually this is not the problem we're having, but I love Trigon Predator in this format because like there tends to be rocks to always be eating.
Yeah, Trigon is an all-time Legacy cube card and a medium vintage cube. It tends to be a turn too late for vintage, but Teaming Skydiver is okay.
Yeah, does a very similar thing to Predator.
Okay. So we need fetch lands.
All right, we make back around Ugin and Pelucranos. Now, you might think, wow, Pelucranos is really strong, right? Well, Pelucranos' activated ability is really freaking weird because it doesn't fight. It does X damage. So you have to put a ton of mana into it to get like 2 damage out.
Yeah. And it's a creature that doesn't immediately produce value. Wow.
Yeah, we get Primal and Finks back.
Primal back. I would love to have Finks as a sideboard card, but I think Primal's a little stronger. We need some more boom booms.
Yeah, we only have like Ugin right now, and I'd like to have a second
I want
or
some
third.
creature ones because you've got lots of ways to find a creature. You've got survival and fauna, which I'm probably not playing, and primal.
Yeah, I'm looking for. Sure, this is the most likely.
That's not impossible. Just unlikely. I want a big nasty creature, and I want breeding pool.
Yeah, we already passed. I think Misty,
Trop and Misty,
Misty. So,
and the blue-green duels are always the highest on the pick order of the duels.
Yeah, because Simic is real as heck. I don't like Mutavault because I don't want to overload on lands that can't cast a turn. Wow. Okay.
I wanted that. I almost wanted that card last time.
All right. Yeah, obviously Crater Hoof, but anything from like Sundering Titan to Woodfall Primus to
15 ball, maybe not.
This is 13 ball. This is
13 ball, maybe not. But Krasis, though, that kind of fits the bill.
Yeah, that's big. That gets the job done. That is not the Eldrazi you want to through the breach. It doesn't do the job.
Yep, it just hits them for 13.
Hitting them for 13 is not enough to win. That is an Eldrazi in like
in name only.
In name. Like,
It's a pretty good cast though, but so is
yeah,
Hydroid Krasis.
I'd rather be cast on a Krasis. Maybe we get this ooze back. I don't think so. We're not getting the Chalice back either.
Yeah,
That's
Ooze
not
might be
real.
a smarter pick than Krasis, considering we're on T
Zero.
fixing. We have
Yeah, we have no
Hierarch and
Harkin
birds,
birds.
so it's not nothing.
But
Like Simic
still,
Signet is like #1 on the pick order
I
right
don't think
now.
I'm
I think.
picking ooze because looking at my fives, I'm already a little overloaded there. I don't want another five there. I know it's a fine
Yeah,
one, but like,
it's roughly comparable to Whisperwood Elemental.
same-ish amount, except for like you can do more if you have more mana. Okay.
Okay, Mox. Okay, got past a Mox. I wouldn't hate that Ulamog.
Or that Sundering Titan. Neither of those would be. But
Mox, Mox has to be
this
better,
is
right?
yeah, in a deck that has like is ramp. Like that seems non-negotiable to me.
Yeah. There's
Um,
lots of monsters, and we'll get another monster. It's
hopefully we get
just
another run at one.
one of these might wheel.
Sure, there could only really be so many players wanting to go big, and if they already have their boom booms, they're not going to care about Ulmog as their fifth.
The
Gilded,
green player, we have all of the one drops, so the green player might want the elves.
yeah. Well, Gilded Lotus barely, like, in our deck, like, barely registers to me just because we have a lot already, especially like, compared to Mox Emerald. Fast Pod, Worm Coil Pod. Our pod chain sucks ass.
Our pod chain's not good. Wormy is pretty good.
Worm Coil gets the job done. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Gilded Lotus in there, in that pack.
Black Lotus. So, yeah, okay. You don't have anything busted to go with Seagate. So we have Shelly, Shark Typhoon, and Worm Coil here.
Yeah. Worm Coil tends to get a job done. Shelldock.
We can play Worm Coil extremely quickly.
Yeah. All of these are nice.
Our deck's kind of low on things that make Shelly extremely busted. Like
Right.
we'd have a even money odds of having a Llanowar elf underneath that.
Right. Worm Coil looks like it's pretty easy for us to 3 or 4 in a lot of
Yeah.
situations.
So if we go like land, Mox, elf, Gaia's Cradle, go. you know, ooh, Terrastodon, but it's gotta be Botanical Sanctum.
If we want the blue to be real, it's got to be Botanical Sanctum.
Terrastodon or Plow under my wheel, and I would play
I mean,
either of
we've
those.
seen the blue, we've seen the green cards come back around, so
Yeah,
we can
don't
only hope.
ignore Eureka and Heartbeat; those aren't actually cards.
Eureka's a like if show and tell is a good way of getting killed, Eureka's a great way of getting killed. Like, God, like you Eureka and put down some cool shit, and then your opponent puts down like Frost Titan and taps it down, and you're like, oh wait, right, hmm,
Hmm.
hmm, or they kill you.
Or they kill you. Frosty wouldn't be terrible either, but
Yeah, so
you gotta go to land.
Sanctum's really nice because it lets me actually use this blue stuff that I'm actually happy about.
And it casts a turn 1 elf.
And it casts a turn 1 elf. Weird. That must just be the pack.
Control magic?
It's tough to get down.
Let's see
Probably
what else we're doing here.
probably still the pick because nothing else in this pack is like.
We could very late make a Kiki deck and not cast Kiki, but through the breach Kiki to win.
Of course, we finale of devastation for this is not green, right? This is any.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's any.
Yeah, we finale for 5 to grab Kiki to win. I grab this. I don't know if it makes the main because our fixing might not be good enough for this.
Yeah, if it were, I'd be more excited if that were treachery or bribery, but control magic.
Port doesn't really register as much to me because we already have like a 2-color mana hungry deck.
Yeah, we're kind of tap out. Well, speaking of bribery.
Oh, I can't pass bribery. That card wins a lot of games. Sorry.
Batterskull is pretty comparable.
Batterskull.
Sec Tribe.
So, because we have Worm Coil, I feel a little finer passing the Batterskull. The cards are like, not obviously comparable because Batterskull is more resilient, but like, big artifact that what has life gain and takes a removal spell, like, it's nothing.
Yeah, if we had to pick Sack Tribe here, that would be okay, but Bribery's pretty cool.
Bribery
it's a card you
will
board
win.
out sometimes.
It's a card you board out sometimes. It's a card that wins games a lot of times. Image?
Image is pretty good.
Yeah, again, I don't feel like I'd want Pilgrim. If that was a Pilgrim that tapped for blue, I might pick it.
Yeah, but we already have that one.
Yeah, we have that one. Um, yeah, Image does fine. Curve is so
Image,
wacky.
yeah, at the very least, Image is a 2 mana minor rep spell. What if we just completely change gears and become an Oath deck? Just kidding. Let's play Walking Ballista.
Yeah, that's a lot. Really, really strong outlet.
I bet's a big mana outlet. It's also cheap interaction. It does slices, it dices, it does everything you want.
Yeah, I'm not worried about needing to be in a Thragtusk position. It is very rare that Thragtusk is like the effective answer to the aggro deck that you want it to be.
Plus, we're already playing Primal Command and Worm Coil.
Who's makes it
Oh,
back
there's that
around?
thing back.
That's fine.
I
I
guess.
yeah.
It might be an upgrade to Whisperwood or downgrade or whatever.
Both the Eldrazi and the friend are gone.
Sideboard Oblivion Stone? I don't know. We're not playing Elves of Deep Shadow.
No, unlikely.
Shark Typhoon?
Something I actually am completely fine cycling as like a decree. Again,
Yeah.
I don't. We're not a fast bond deck. We don't have anything to take advantage of fast bond in any real way.
We saw a Wheel of Fortune way earlier, but
Yeah,
nah.
like okay.
Hey!
Hey, all
Ding, ding,
right.
ding! We got a winner.
Oh,
I
God,
feel much
that's
better about the deck now.
last second.
Last pick D.
Okay,
Damn.
not super. Not excited about our blue splat, like our blue fixing. That's not great.
Yeah, our
Uh,
sources of blue are Botanical Sanctum, Birds, and a Noble Hierarch.
mm-hmm.
That's not the worst, but here's
No.
a question: how did Ancient Tomb shake out?
Oh, just fine. This is great in this deck. Um, it's
I think our
two.
early turn's a bit awkward, but our late one should be great.
Yeah. Hey, Talon. Well, we've just finished the draft, and
I challenged Slyo to draft a good deck, and I think he crossed the finish line. In the second to last pick, we got
uh,
there.
it took us a little bit of work to get there, but I'm actually pretty happy with what we have. I don't think Mutavault fits in a two-color variant of this. Is a big issue.
We're not playing O Stone main
O
deck.
Stone ain't making it main deck. Fauna Shaman very likely ain't making it main deck.
Whisperwood or Biogenic Ooze. Whisperwood's easier on the mana, but Biogenic Ooze is a better mana outlet.
I'm gonna go with Whisperwood because I like the
Like a
protection.
resiliency.
Yeah, it has a little bit more resiliency than anything else. Anything in the blue, I don't want main.
We have some 5 and 7 drop, or like some 5-drop spells.
So this is
So there might be a circumstance where we cast Shark Typhoon, but I want everybody to know ahead of time that is the wrong thing to do.
we are
Yeah,
never casting Shark Typhoon
yeah, don't do it. Even if you cast Dugan the turn after. Not worth it.
again. So there, last Vintage Cube a couple days back, we had an opponent in round 3 who was the most chaotic player I've ever played against.
I saw that game. Yeah, but go
Holy
ahead.
shit! But them playing a literal just hard casting a Shark Typhoon right before they go to kill me is just like one of the most powerful power moves. Like I'm going to hard cast this and attack for game. Oh my god!
You love to see it.
So okay, so this is what the deck looks like at the mo. We need a couple more cuts, but this is like it on mana curve. Um,
Hmm.
I cut out the mana. This stuff is all obviously in the deck, but I cut out the mana so that we can do things. Shark Typhoon has a lot of text, but the only thing you care about is that cycling ability.
Yeah, this is a X1 in blue XX that draws a card with flying and flash that can't be countered. It's very effective in counterspell matchups
Yeah.
where you instep a huge creature, draw a card, they have to answer it. If their cryptic doesn't quite work, the cryptic works.
Cryptic
It doesn't
works.
quite work though.
Yeah, like Cryptic obviously was fine with that because it bounces the token and draws, so it's neutral.
Yeah, but
But
if you 1-1 with cryptic, 1-for-1 with cryptic, that's
you've
pretty
done
good.
very good if you're 1-for-1ing with Cryptic. But yeah, it's like Decree of Justice in that way. I'm worried about our double blues, and I don't know if control magic is exactly the type of thing we.
We can bring in control magic when we absolutely need it. I think the bribery is powerful enough and a
Bribery,
5 cost spell.
yeah, bribery is too powerful for me to cut. I feel like if we can cast that, like the game ends in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Um,
The Primal Command or Whisper with the 5 drops.
Probably I'm gonna go with primal, just on.
The question is Primal better than Survival?
Hmm. We don't have any survival interactions in this deck,
No, so it would just be the tutoring going. It'd be Ultra Balling. Like you
which
go down a card to do it, which
which
is
which
okay.
is fine. Like Ultra Ball's a good card, but we don't get Professor Oaks in this deck.
Yeah.
What is our refill? It's Krasis. Our refill's Krasis.
And we got Krasis to refill. We've got
Survival is really bad at grabbing blue mana.
yeah.
My
We have to
problem.
discard a creature to go pick up a 1 mana creature.
The problem. So that was one of the things that might have made us want Sakura Tribe a little more.
Yeah,
Is that
that could
like
sack for Island.
yeah, because like it gets an island that is hard to get off the board, whereas like if I go survival for a noble hierarch and I need blue mana, like they're never like they can very simply answer my blue mana with removal.
Yeah, I think the way we're doing it here is we're going to play a few extra islands and rely on our creatures to get our double greens more than likely, or triple greens for whatever. Not we don't have any triple greens anymore. Good.
Yeah,
Image is a safe bet.
I mean,
Or
just
either
sort
that or
of.
thieving skydiver. Like they're probably going to have things to steal, but
See,
we might not know.
I feel like I can overcommit to artifact theft and it'll pay off well. That
Yeah,
that's my thought process here. Is like you might see Nature's Claim, Thieving Skydiver, Trigon Predator, and be like, wow, aren't you like overshifted for artifact hate? This is the vintage cube. Like,
people are going to have
you
them.
know what
Although,
I'm gonna do with Thieving Skydiver? I'm gonna pay 1 because you can't pay 0. I'm gonna steal a box. I'm gonna
although we also have acidic slimes. We have literally 4 pieces.
maybe the claim's fine cutting out then because it's not tutorable.
It's not tutorable. It is an instance, though.
Yeah, and it is powerful. It gets the job done because it's 1. Um,
Now we need cuts, so just go with 1.
you're gonna have trouble getting a double blue in this deck. Yes, we are.
Yep, that's why we're going to play extra islands. So
Yeah,
we're just going to sit with it.
it. You are correct.
Your assessment is correct.
I wish it was easier. There was a point where we talked about it before we were in blue. We talked about a drop island. Probably should have.
In hindsight, yeah, we should. That's hindsight.
It is
though.
hindsight though, especially because I think the card we picked there was pretty reasonable.
I don't remember what it was, but it was good.
Lucky
How about Ugin?
and with Terrastodon, maybe that's actually fine. Like
We can bring in Ugin if we need it, but
I,
it does
I'm,
blow up our own elves.
this card doesn't impress me. Is the problem? Is like Ugin just sort of
There are definitely games where Ugin is just completely a shutout, and then there are games where Ugin like
is it,
does 3 damage and then gets answered.
right. There's too many. I don't. It's those games that worry me.
Yeah. In Vintage Cube, I think those games are more likely because when you're playing Mono Green Tron in Modern, you have the decks you're playing against that lose hard to Ugin, and Karn will just roll over and die. And then you have the games where Ugin doesn't do anything, and Karn would have immediately won the game. You know,
Sitting looking at survival versus primal command. Again, the problem I have with survival in this deck is we don't have any. There's no Vengevine, Rootwalla, any sort of like advantage we get off this. There's not any reanimator. It's just strictly tutoring, which is fine. It's obviously powerful.
I like survival because no, I like primal because 5 mana is pretty trivial for us, and it is extremely flexible. You know, like we put target non-creature permanent on top of its owner's library is a thing that we might commonly even decide to do.
Yeah, we have the combination of that and like acidic slime for a little bit of denial. We didn't get the plow under back around, which was my favorite, but like those combined with the artifact hate here give us like an actual reasonable mana denial strategy that we can get
Like
going
mana
with.
denial, but also just non-creature permanent
Right,
things.
right. Mana denial, but also like again, these 5 all answer artifacts. Hell, planeswalker answer. That's the
Hmm.
actual thing with primal is that it's one of the oldest things that
Planeswalker
actually
answers,
can
yeah.
planeswalker answer because it was printed with non-creature permanent to be able to do that. That was like they didn't like Lorwyn was the set where planeswalkers are introduced, and they didn't want to print the word planeswalker for years. They wouldn't do it.
They wouldn't do it.
Um, but
That's why damage spells worked the wacky way they used to.
yeah. All right, let's put in our mana sources, which obviously like
We're doing
um
this. Our guy's cradle looks great.
combine groups, sort, color, please, and then like 5
Five what?
islands. Do I need to go 5 or 6?
How many blue? That would give us 6 blue sources. No, 8 blue sources. That's probably fine for like a. It means that we might not cast the consecrated sphinx on like turn 4, but if we're not doing that, we're probably doing something else.
It's a bit worrying, but I don't want to go any heavier because if we can't turn 1 the mana dork, we are completely out.
Yeah. So I think we have enough single like double. We have enough green boom booms and also colorless ones. Worm coil and walking ballista pulling a lot of weight here.
Yeah.
It's just like big things we can do
Yeah,
whenever.
both Garrick and Nissa can be the double blue
Yeah.
because both Garrick and Nissa can untap. Like if we have singular island, we can untap it with either of the two.
Yeah. So we have
Um,
double blue there, and we have double blue hiding in our creatures.
yeah,
So
with
I think
both
this is
birds
fine.
and hierarch, and I think metamorph could also technically get that, but
If we
that's the
metamorph
worst.
our hierarch to be able to cast consecrated sphinx, I am completely fine with that.
You know what? Sometimes you just need to cast consecrated sphinx. What can I
And if
say?
we, yeah, sometimes you need to. I feel great about this deck. It's a bit chunky, it's a bit sloppy, but it's got the pepper,
Well,
and
you know
we did the
me.
exact, we did the exact same thing I wanted us to do, which we opened power and are playing it.
Yeah,
We didn't open it, we got past it, but whatever.
that's fine. You know me pretty well at this point in the fact that I really love me some Simic Ramp in these cubes.
No, it's
That's,
probably the best deck.
yeah. It's the deck I end up falling into a lot because it just is so powerful.
Mhm.
Um,
We might have to find a way to play a storm deck at some point, but
yeah. I'm still planning on doing next Tuesday, it'll be another vintage cube.
I
So
was kind of keeping track of what the 1,000 Year Storm pick would have led to, where we had like I remember seeing a
it looked
dark ritual and the
it looked it looked pretty
Burgie.
bad in the second and third packs from what I remember. It looked decent enough in one, but obviously, somebody else picked it up and then ran with it. Hell if
Yeah,
I know what packs 2 and 3 look
and
like.
I remember we opened like a turnabout in pack 2, and
Well,
like
that and the blue hideaway land
yeah, the
and
Shelly. So like
there
it
was a
could have happened,
there was a
but
Manamorphose that came late to us in 3.
yeah.
Um,
So and a Mind's Desire, but we don't have to worry about that. There's always next time.
yeah, there was a Desire in 1. I think it was pack 4 or 5, something close to like that.
It is very silly to cast Mind's Desire in your 1,000 Year Storm deck.
Double storm.
It's like, hey, look what I can do. And then you just shove your arm as far up your nose as you can and pull out your brain and they explode. Waiting for opponent to join.
All
Let's
right.
rock. Let's be on the play. No.
All right, can't do that. How about this? Keepable
Keepable
sevens.
sevens.
Keepable sevens are where we're looking for. This one's fine because I can just cycle this Typhoon on 2.
Yep. I think we're doing that. And if they play an opposing 1-drop, we can zwoosh out a Walkie Bee.
Yeah, and I'm completely fine with that for dealing with either a mana dork or
Like a 2-1 or
yeah,
something.
like it's always like so in my mind the creature it always is when it's like, well, what am I killing? What is so powerful that I would run out a removal spell to kill on like 1 or 2?
Bob.
It's always Bob in mind. It always is
Mhm.
Bob. But the last time I saw Dark Confidant like played in these decades, it's been centuries. Like,
Maybe black is just underdrafted. I
I
don't know.
kind of
They
feel
like
that.
they put like those stupid vampires in. Plane
Oh,
spotted.
okay.
Balance.
How fast we go? Okay, how fast we going? You got another one, Mother Runes? How
Mother
fast we are
ball.
going? Fast and furious here.
Okay, I'm liking that walkie bee plan. And we drew our island,
Liking that
so
island draw.
you can just make a 1/1 shark.
Cool thing about 1/1 Shark is that it can kill not Kithian. Kithian it has trouble killing because of, you know,
Yeah, as it gets indestructible. But we can
indestructible.
like flash in the shark. They're forced to indestruct, and then we can just untap walking ballista. Costs 3 to give it indestructible, right?
Yes.
Hero Blade
Five.
Wolf. Baneslayer Angel. Well, that's beatable.
Sure.
I said that, but I don't know how. Consecrated Sphinx, that's
Consecrated
how.
Sphinx. Yeah.
We just block it a whole bunch.
Like,
They
what do
gain
you,
a bunch of life, but we're going to draw a million cards.
yeah, what do you want? Hmm.
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 Could steal their mocks. Can we do that and play a walking ballista?
Not this turn. Because you can't pay 0 on Skydiver. You have to pay the 1.
You have to pay one. How much? One.
However,
It's X or less,
now
right? Yeah.
the big thing here is that they missed their land drop here.
Yeah, we might want to just steal it. They can't untap Mana Vault, but you get punched in the air for 5.
Yeah, I could even like chump that for a little while with Shark.
Yeah, I kind of like stealing the mana because, okay, let's see. We play Island, play 3, steal theirs. We go up to 4 mana sources.
Untap at 5,
Untap at 5. That's
which
not
is
quite enough to Consecrated Sphinx.
no, but it still gets us closer. I'm going with this cast with kicker.
If we draw a Mox, we can just play Consecrated Sphinx and then we win.
Yes.
What are our actual answers to Baneslayer Angel?
Actual answers to Baneslayer. This is like in a match like this might be the world where
I think we swap bribery for control magic, maybe?
control magic. It seems more.
Although if we bribe their Baneslayer, they basically lose.
Hell, maybe I bribe removal creature. No, you can't Skyclave apparition or a Baneslayer. That doesn't
No,
work.
but you can, like, Fiend Hunter it.
If that Kithian attacks, I'll block it with Seething Skydiver. I don't want it to have the possibility of flipping.
Yeah. In comes, everybody comes in.
Yep.
We will absolutely take the trade.
Yep.
Next turn, we're probably making a shark.
Yeah. We'll see on our draw.
Mother Runes. Problematic.
Walking Ballista.
We have to Walking Ballista.
We can't allow that to stick around.
Yeah.
Draw land,
do
please.
Mox.
Actually, there's a lot of lands that are nice here.
Yeah, like a Gaia's Cradle would be pretty acer. We could play that. Untap a forest, Walking Ballista, kill mom.
This is on 6. She lives through.
She lives through, then we can make a huge shark.
Yeah, Big Shark. I like Big Shark. Mom should make you tremble. Like that's what like we had to completely shift our game plan because this card
Yeah.
got played down. So like we can't ignore it.
They're gonna have a really hard time killing Nissa.
Well, they'll kill Nissa in 2 turns, but Shark Typhoon will block a lot. Like we'll basically
If we
force.
can make a bigger shark, then we can make like at least a 6/6, right?
Yeah, we can make it big enough to force their path to exile or whatever. Yeah, let's do this. I even get to get in for some damage here.
Yeah. Because we get to attack with forest.
All right, I have to untap Forest. That's non-negotiable, obviously, because we need 2 mana. Then we get to get in because this gains haste and vigilance. Also,
They kind of pushed that card, didn't they?
and this is a little pushed too.
I would just say a little bit.
Okay. Lucky Bee.
Kill your mom. Bazam. Mog
Let's,
Fanatic.
let's play our 2-mana Mog Fanatic. Thank you very much. All right, this looks good, and also is like slowly generating a board state for us to like both have Gaia's Cradle as a real draw, but also like pressure.
Yeah, we're putting some pressure on. We're going to get beat up a little bit, but we're at 13.
Yeah,
So
it's
we
three
can.
hits, 3 hits to kill. So like,
Yeah.
so let's say we've Shark Typhoon, and then they answer it with Path, Swords, something like that, which is what I assume is going to happen.
If they swords it, that's great. If they path it, at least they're not pathing Consecrated Sphinx.
Also, if they're attacking Nissa, that's not our life total.
Yeah. Where are they going at?
They have to
Nissa.
go at Nissa. Well,
They're reconsidering.
ignore Nissa. Okay.
Ignore Nissa. Yeah.
They figure that if they don't, you know.
The classic.
That's better than Shark.
Yeah, how big can we make that sucker?
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Well, we attack first because we're going to double tap.
Yeah, so I attack for just 3 here.
Yeah.
And then if I turn on the forest, I would go Krasis as a 7/7. I think 6/6 is also possible, but I'd rather have it be outside of like a weird, like, honor of the pure attack world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Plus, this gives us a big, hefty life comfort.
So attack for 3.
Now, if they were Galaxy Brain, they would swords our land here.
That'd be. They condemn the land. Actually, it would make me feel like that. That way, you feel like you made the wrong choice, right?
Yeah, condemn the land, but they didn't. Okay. So blue.
Okay.
Untap the forest.
So you have to target a non-creature land with Nissa. And everything into this. We'll get to draw a land to play as well. We're only going to draw 3, gain 3, but that's huge.
That's great.
Okay.
Get to Garrick with Nissa in play.
And that's
okay.
them out. All right.
Okay, so the benefits of bribery versus control magic. Control magic removes a creature they played. Bribery can find their Baneslayer against them.
Right, and like Bane's. Well, one of the big things there is that like Bane's. I think we just play both is the answer.
Yeah, either both or like we change like Finale or something for Phantasmal Image.
I'm gonna bring out. Ooh, Image is another interesting choice here.
I can bring out Claim because they didn't show much for that. They showed Monocrypt and Mox, but we've got that covered.
Yeah, I was thinking like Predator and Claim because they're not super heavy on targets for these, and if they all of a sudden show us like Stoneforge something.
Eugene, you're gonna have to. Who's Eugene?
Eugene.
Oh, Ugin? No, we cut Ugin because it's sucky. It wouldn't be terrible in this matchup, but I prefer it to not play it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this setup.
Do we add an island?
I think we kind of have to if I'm adding 2 more blue cards, right? Like, is that?
Yeah.
God, that sucks because that makes this a little more less reliable. But
It's fine.
But like double blue feels pretty important too, and obviously all these are green.
Let's rock. Botanical Sanctum, our hero.
Thieving Skydiver was also our hero. That was a really strong Skydiver turn.
It let us plan out our mana really well.
This hand's fine. Metamorph
it's a little slow, but it is cool.
Metamorph lets us fix around, like, if they play big thingy, obviously we can just answer that.
Yeah. If they zwoosh out their Baneslayer, we can make a Baneslayer. Or we can do anything.
I'm a little worried about the rush down. Oh boy. Alright.
We made a Mana Vault. We can turn 3 mana into 4 mana. More than likely, though, we're just going to acidic slime their planes or something.
It's 3 for 3. We don't get anything with that.
Okay. I was mixing it up with not Basalt, but Grim.
Grim's still.
But I'm thinking Basalt, right? Because it's 2 to 3. You go up on mana with Basalt Monolith, right?
Basalt's 3 for 3.
Ah, well, I keep messing up my monoliths. Little do you know,
You're
we do
thinking
not
of
care
Grim.
about that.
You're thinking about Grim as far as like monoliths that
Yeah, you go up
you go up
on.
on mana. This one goes up too, obviously. This is a devoted druid play.
Yep, we play Devoted Druid.
All right. Like to have Metamorph, like to have Slime, and like Finale for with
Amazing.
Cradle is gonna be nice.
Yeah, we can finale for a Consecrated Sphinx or something.
Yeah, I feel like this is likely gonna be there again, like some sort of Baneslayer level threat. You know, you ban a
Well,
vault. I'm worried about
yeah,
that
if they do that, we
style.
just pay 4 to cast Metamorph.
Yeah, that's easy. Um,
I'm not that afraid of Thalia.
I'm thinking of Slime next turn as far as like just random plays go if they don't do anything here.
They blow up their Mana Vault.
Yeah, just get that off the table. There's clearly something going on here. Like, you don't pass on.
Yeah, they might Swords us in our upkeep.
Okay. Well,
They had to stop on our draw. They might have Path in hand.
all right. Well, let's go ahead and blow up their mana vault. So, do this in the right order.
And now we can counter their path that we would absolutely not want to counter. Maybe a Condemn or something. We could
Yeah.
counter.
We're targeting the vault because they haven't used it yet. Maybe they flash in here. Is this a flash in Evison?
Yeah.
Arresto? Yeah,
Resto.
those two make sense.
That's fine.
That's a
We can metamorph our the resto to reset our or to blow up our slime. Yeah, to blow up the planes.
and of course 3-4 bounces off each other. So cool
How
thing.
much mana do we have next turn?
A
1, 2,
million because
3.
Cradle.
Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6. Means we can only
Hero Blind Hold. What do you got here? Tank.
Tangle Wire.
Oh, that's a pain in the arse. Thank you, Cradle, for making this fine.
Yeah, Cradle makes this better.
Cradle makes this irrelevant.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to Cradle to cast Metamorph to copy Angel to bounce our slime to blow up something.
Yeah.
Do we even care to blow up the Tangle Wire? We might blow up.
I think I blow up planes.
Yeah.
Okay, so upkeep. Upkeep is fine. Tap, 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 tap.
We're going to have to pay a little life.
Findorn Elves is a free play here.
Yeah, Fin Orange is free.
Cradle.
Yeah, pay life first. Because it's dumb.
Then we're copying Resto, target, Acidic Slime.
I would like to use that ability.
And then destroy the planes, please.
Soon we'll be able to play Scavenging Ooze and then just... a creature will die at some point.
Yeah.
We can will it to happen with Devoted.
The other thing we have here is what do we got on Finale targets? How far are we off Finale for Consecrated?
Well, it will cost 9 mana to do that because of Thalia.
Okay, 2, 6, 9. I have it next turn.
Not with Tangle Wire.
Even with Tangle Wire, we have Ancient Tomb. I have it next turn.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, they're tapping everything down.
Guess they have a play here.
Also, they did the
they stacked it wrong.
They stacked wrong. They won't do that twice.
Yeah, they won't do that wrong.
Everyone does that once. That's how.
You do that once.
Yep.
Luckily, we have other things than Consecrated. We could just as easily get Worm Coil Engine, you know. Which, if that gets swords or something, that kind of sucks. But at least we get a bunch of life.
Old school cards and new icons and mechanics. Yeah, you mean like just the
Oh yeah, the new counters on the Tangle Wire.
Oh yeah, clock. Consecrated will get us 1 card, just not 2.
Yeah, it'll draw us 1 card, which is still fine. I wonder.
What else do we have? Just thinking about fives. We've got.
Whisperwood.
It's not really what I want here.
Wormcoil could be it.
Okay, so Tangle Wire for 3. I'm just gonna go for Consecrated here.
Okay. Force him to have it.
Yeah, and like obviously Spirit like makes
It
that.
slows it down, but we still draw it.
Yeah,
Actually,
we
we
still draw
have
one
a
instead
Howling
of
Mine.
2. So cool.
Or not a Howling Mine,
So
fire.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The only bad thing is we have to tap our flying blocker.
No, we can do it without tapping the flying blocker.
Okay.
We can tap like this. So this will be 1, 2, 6, 7, 9.
Okay. Because if we're using the tomb, we want to be able to block the resto.
Yeah, so let's do this way. If we draw a Sphinx, that's the worst possible. God, I shouldn't have said that.
If we draw Wormcoil, we just play it. Oh, excellent.
Well, because of the way I tapped, we still have to use Tomb.
We still have to use tomb.
Also, this costs 1.
It does cost. It's free to play and plays well against the Tangle Wire, so we should play it. But
Don't mess that up.
yeah, don't mess that up. You'll be very sad.
X is currently 6. Manitize me.
Monetize would be very sad here,
I mean,
but they can't
Final-
cast it because they have
right.
Thalia in play.
They only have, also the other reason I only have 1 card in hand. Like if that's Manitize, like sure you got it, bud.
So if they pass us, they do it on their turn after we. So they have to time it right too. Okay. Probably just Consecrated Sphinx, right?
Yeah, I don't think anything else is better than Sphinx here. Because again, even with Spirit of the Labyrinth, I still want to draw 2 to their 1.
Mm-hmm.
No attacks at the moment. I want to be a little safe with our 9 life total.
Yeah, well, they're an aggro deck, and we have an Ancient Tomb.
Yeah.
Which is getting tapped
And
next turn to Tinkle Wire.
huh.
Well, they did it again.
Okay, so they're not gonna fix that until they get bit by it. Oh, this is a Wrath? How are you Wrathing? This deck does not feel like a Wrath deck. They must want their...
like a Wrath. They must have like a okay, they did that. They have like a Elspeth or something here.
They can't cast that even. Their own Thalia. Yeah.
Okay, they realize it.
Okay. All right.
Consecrated Sphinx still good if you have Spirit of the Labyrinth.
Yeah. The reason I didn't fear any Wrath is for one, again, reading a deck is important. This is a deck that contains Thalia, Spirit of the Labyrinth, and Tangle Wire. The odds that deck contains Wrath of God are 0.
Yeah.
The odds that deck contains
much more likely
Armageddon
high.
Yeah. The 2 I would guess would actually be Balance, which that doesn't do anything in this position, and Geddon, as you say. So, hold on, the one-sided bullshit Wrath.
Oh yeah, the white one, the
Winds
of Abandon or whatever.
Winds of Wind Target Limited Game.
Yeah, but if they have Wrath, if they went Plains Wrath of God, we would play Scavenging Ooze and then Slurp. And our mana would be pretty tapped out because the Cradle would stop working.
But... Right, but we'd also be up another card too because we'd draw one off of. We'd be in a very good position.
Yeah, and Consecrated Sphinx is good.
Yeah, good enough to push us into blue. I mean, it is one of the best. It's
one of the all timers.
Yeah, it's notable as I've talked about this before. And we're playing both of them. The Cycle of Titans were standard defining for the entirety of existence when they were in standard. Standard was warped around them. Not in a obviously that sounds like a bad thing, but it's just their presence was so powerful you had to account for them.
Yeah.
Even in a world with the best 6 drops standard had ever seen, both Wormcoil and Consecrated Sphinx saw play.
Yes. It was unofficial. Nope. Yep. Well,
Wow.
it's got our mana. It's got forward plays.
I'm probably throwing an island down.
Yeah, this is not a great hand, but it's above the Mendoza line.
Do I throw an island or a forest down?
We have a double green card in our hand.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Maybe a fast Whisperwood is good enough. We might have to overpay for that Trigon.
I've got Walkie Bee as a defensive play if we need
Yeah,
it.
if they come out of the gates with something, then
They're on mold 6 as well, so that
that's
helps.
fine then. The mirror.
Okay.
Suddenly feeling pretty good about that ancient tomb.
Yeah, feeling really nice about our position right now. Let's
We can
do we
yeah, we can
forward play
ancient.
the Walkie Ballista right now?
Let's plan out our plays. We
Uh-huh.
could walking ballista next turn.
Yes. We
We
can
can't
Garrick next
quite.
turn.
Yeah, we can Garrick untap
Or Garrick play
something.
a beast.
Garrick Beast is probably safer. We're hairs off from Trigon Predatoring next turn.
Yeah,
Off of
there's no way to get that in there for free.
we'd need a signet, but
Um
probably fine to play Walking Ballista here. But we could also save it later.
because it can grow in play, I feel fine just getting this down. And like
Yeah,
it's a defensive play against a little bit of ramp stuff, like a Raphel. What the fuck?
uh,
Okay. Doesn't
periodic.
okay, doesn't defend against that.
Yeah, we're hedging against them playing their own dork. No 2-drop we really want. So we can Garrick make a beast. And then next turn, we want to draw Gaia's Cradle.
Yes. Okay. Interesting. So they've got access to every color, like pretty hefty here. They can do whatever they want.
Is Golo still in the cube?
I think Niv Mizzet
If Miss
5
Reborn?
color got put in, or what is in there, which is like you.
A good finale for Metamorph. Turn
Oh
this into a hell game.
shit! I like Hell Game. Oh, you're speaking my language right now. That's
What if this game became hellish suddenly?
what
And our
about
Walking Ballista became worthless.
what about Hell Game? All right. I don't even need to gear. Actually, I should because then I can Predator too. Do I want to
Yeah.
Predator against this?
You may destroy target artifact. So it does target whether you do it or not.
Yeah. Hell Game. The idea here is copy Leovold,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah, we're going to finale for Devastation 4 for Phyrexia Metamorph. Have it enter as Leovode. That doesn't target, so it's fine. And then we own the board.
I mean, let's do that. I'd probably still minus Garrick, or maybe no. We probably start plussing Garrick. I don't know if I want to play the Predator or not.
Playing the Predator would let us win off Garrick sooner. Off the overrun.
Okay.
But that's a few turns away, so we can defer the choice. Also, we're going to play Whisperwood next turn anyway, so we're going to have tons of dudes.
Yeah, maybe I hold this back then, and I just Garrick minus, and we just kind of flood the board as our answer. All right, so let's do. Now that we've talked it through. Oh, I actually have to go up.
Yeah, we have to go up, but we don't have to do. How much mana do we get left over if we Ancient Tomb here?
2.
Okay, so there's no reason to.
There's no reason to. So the big thing here that matters is because I have a finale for 4.
Yeah. Man, I kind of hope they're Niv Mizzet, because we bribery for Niv Mizzet. That's hilarious.
And give me that Metamorph, please. Metamorph does not target, and it's Leovold days.
Hell mode activate.
I'm not attacking.
Yeah, no reason to. We don't want to trade Leovolds.
No, I want to trade Beast Token.
Although if they kill Beast Token, we will trade Leovolds. More likely they would just target the Leovold.
Yeah. Neat thing here. Leovold has that like draw card text, but it's sort of irrelevant. Like, obviously, like, oh no, Wakibi, they draw a billion cards. They don't.
No, they draw one if you're doing
They
it
draw
on your
one.
opponent's turn.
Hey, Cherokee Starfish, thank you for the raid. Welcome. We're in we've entered handshake mode. Both of us have agreed. The handshake,
Yeah.
the deal is sealed.
The deal is sealed. Although speaking of Kaz, I did that earlier today in Blazeball. I called on Kaz to play into a double play, and then he did, and we won the game.
Nice.
And I was like, I got to do that because he's my friend. Sorry, Kaz.
I do love just the we are both yes I agree
Yes,
these terms.
I agree.
Yep, yep.
He does look like Kaz, doesn't he?
With giant ears.
If you put some big ass old Vulcan ears on Kaz and like had him grow his hair out,
I would say the hair's too long for, but
Kaz keeps it nice and cropped. But
yeah.
Plus, I can just imagine Kaz wearing a puffy doublet.
Sure, that one I absolutely.
But only if the pants are extremely tight.
we don't get that here. We got a desk in the way with some.
Got a desk in the way. Opponent is contemplating hell mode since.
I'm really happy with contemplating hell mode. Like that's what we put this in. It's how's again. I'm just gonna keep this up because this is the game. We have entered hell mode.
It's like, I did not know that. Oh, okay. We get to draw a card, and then one of them will legend rule.
Sure.
Oh, I hope they legend rule the one with the artifact with the enchantment on it.
Can you give me that card, please? That's a fine draw.
Wait, they treachery the beast.
They're trying to force the block.
I mean, sure.
I don't care.
Or like, they have a kill spell for Leovold here.
I'll still block. Like,
yeah, we'll block with Walking Ballista, and then not ping because it would draw them a card.
It wouldn't draw them a card.
I'm thinking they might kill Leovold here and then attack.
Oh yeah. If our Leovold's off, that makes sense. If they have a kill spell here, Whisperwood's still just a fine response to that because it's too much of a board presence for them to be able to stop.
Mind Twist. We get to keep a card in hand.
No,
we don't.
We don't get a draw here.
All right. I would not like to use that ability.
I would like to use that ability.
Okay, hell mode activated.
All right, hell mode, true hell mode enabled. I see.
Oh, we can make a ton of mana and just make a huge Walking Ballista. Or we could just make a beast.
It doesn't do anything. We're in hell mode. I still...
it'll draw us a card.
Oh, it's also a 4 power flyer. Like
it's also a 4 power flyer. So we do it, and we want to tick up on Gary anyways. Because that gives us ultimate next turn, which will kill them. I just have to assume it does.
It won't. They're 20.
It'll force bad blocks, then Walking Ballista can actually...
No, it won't because 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 9 is only 17. It's not enough to force bad blocks yet. We need another beast token. If we had the beast token, it easily does, but...
Okay, tap these lands.
So this guarantees us a card, even if they don't do Leovold.
But it does turn on their removal.
Well, they already used the worst possible answer.
Yeah, I think if they had another removal spell, they would have done it instead of Mind Twisting. Although maybe they wanted to twist us because we were going to have infinite mana. Let's go.
All right.
They did not upkeep Killer Consecrated Sphinx.
I would like to draw some cards, please. Nice.
Slime their bribery.
That's... yeah. That sets up...
Or slime their Badlands?
Or slime their breeding pool. The Badlands is probably more relevant there.
Wonder if that's an actual Badlands or if that is a swamp that Wooded Foothills can grab.
Goodbye walking ballista.
Yeah, they can kill. Wait, destroy. Okay, I saw a 5-mana planeswalker and I got scared that it was a Vivian.
It's
We could
not.
blow up Consecrated Sphinx, but it's not.
It's not. If that were Vivian, this would be good.
This is completely fine.
Wait a minute. What is this? What is this targeting?
Oh, they're targeting Leovold.
Oh, it's an
It's an
artifact.
artifact. Oh no.
Right.
Well, we can. They're
Hold on.
their Freylease is dead.
I'm gonna kill Freylease in response because while this was in play, they still can't draw the card.
A good idea.
As long as Leovold exists in this world.
Well, they draw 1 card here, right?
No, because they drew for turn.
Oh, indeed.
So that's why I wanted to. That's why I wanted to do that there. Yeah, I like draw card. Damn it.
Only we had a regrowth. I can double attack Garrick here, but doing so would suicide. Okay. Do we go after the treachery or the land?
They draw off it, remember.
They do. But are we just not going to play our cards?
No. It's more like we have to play with that in mind.
Yeah.
I feel like the mana is the most stifling thing on them right now.
We'll have a trample touch next turn if we pick up.
If I tick up and we just like
get the beast back,
get the beast back,
card.
They'll have 4 cards in hand and they have to have a way to stop Garrick there, or else they just die to the full on attack. Okay.
So this is a little frightening, but
yeah, give me that back.
So that was basically just 5 mana draw card.
And then uptick.
We probably hold the forest.
Oh yeah, that's I untapped the double blue for a reason.
Yeah. We got our counterspell magic. We're going to draw a card here.
Yep, we get our 1 card. Only 1 again.
Only 1.
Again, this is such a goodness.
Ooh.
Can I
if
land?
our plays don't go well, that'll be nice.
Damn, they're unlocked.
Yeah, I wonder how long they've been holding that.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
could
please.
probably always yield, always yes, and it won't matter.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. Again, they still have to answer Garrick.
They have to answer Garrick, or else they take 7 in the air and 5 with trample touch and a 6/6 with normal trample.
Well, it's 9+9, which is like their life total. They would have to throw blocks and.
Yeah.
Also, Garrick doesn't die. Also, we follow up with Wormcoil.
And we have Wormcoil Engine at the follow up. So our lines are lining up well, but they just drew 3 cards.
They did just draw 3 cards, and they're a deck that has cards that scare me. You know, they have good cards.
I'm starting to think that Badlands is a swamp that Wooded Foothills can fetch.
I would. Okay.
Okay. That saves their life.
Yes. They probably pass on this.
And, okay. They can't still attack, even a 4/4.
Hydro Crisis can't work.
Nope. Wormcoil's just a better play.
So, Wormcoil Beast.
Yeah, Wormcoil make a beast, make them have it again. This will make our board highly resilient as well. I'm not sure how we can play our creature at instant speed. That were Shark Typhoon, then yes.
Yeah.
Which would be a fine draw, too. not hate drawing a Shark Typhoon.
No.
Hydroid Crisis
God,
is
if
a
this had flash, holy
yeah.
fuck.
Hydroid Crisis is merely a pushed card, not a not
Yeah,
a not a unreasonable card.
yeah, it's a very strong card, not a broken control
Yeah,
win
not a
card.
stupid card.
You might be thinking of just Sphinx's Revelation in general, which is an instant, which is
Yeah,
the ability on it.
yeah, it's kind of like a Sphinx's Rev. We do have a similar card in Shark Typhoon, which we would be happy to draw, but
All right, let's see what you got follow up here.
what's the worst you can do?
Grave
Tapping
Titan,
all their
Grave
mana.
Titan.
Grave Titan, Dragon Lord Atarka,
That
kill all
answers.
Garrick.
Yep, that kills Garrick. Just flat. Job done.
And we're at 8, or we're at 10, and they have an 8/8 flyer.
Well, Worm Coil fixes that right up.
Yeah, we're gonna go up to 16. Worm Coil is the king of winning races.
And also notable there that the land hit wouldn't have prevented that. So, just as a
So we could steal the game if we drew Shark Typhoon.
I am considering the merits of All Out.
Let's see. They eat a beast. They chump carry out it on Worm Coil. They take 5, and then we can play a Hydroid Crisis to gain life.
Doesn't gain us any life.
Play a Hydroid Crisis to have neutral life.
You know, I'm thinking the merits of All Out are worth it because
Yeah, we're going up against an 8/8. We kind of have to push.
it might force like the Leovold block.
Yeah, and if they do that, then our Crisis unlocks. If they don't, we might just play it as a huge creature anyways.
That's they might have some sort of sweeper. All this up with. That was the other option. That was the other reason I wanted to all out, is because the only two options on this all out are block beast and like chump worm coil or kill worm coil.
Yeah. So maybe they just saw the writing on the wall. We can play our forest and then
I'm gonna pass without playing Krasis.
yeah.
This
I think
looks
we do
like
play the forest though.
oh god, it is a lethal flying threat.
Yeah, but the all out next turn looks pretty dank anyways, unless they have like a deed or something here.
Right, and if it's like the idea would be if it's a sweeper that kills Leovold, we can just recover.
Yeah. So I think we're pretty good. Because we can overextend if they do have some kind of
Yeah,
anything, then
I'm
we're just kind of punched out.
I'm trying to put it into words. What's scaring me here? Why? What is it? There's no like. I'm gonna pass, but there's something nagging that the Krasis is the better line. Is it like
Mm.
is it like Worm Coil of their own?
Worm Coil their own would be pretty good.
Krasis like a Grave Titan?
Or
Okay.
like through an ancient tomb.
Because
I can't.
I'm thinking sweeper. The block screams sweeper to me.
Yeah. I okay. Bloodbraid Elf. That almost certainly doesn't matter.
Excuse. Okay, so
Okay.
this is just build a board workshop, you know.
Scavenging Ooze with 2 mana open. That undoes their ancient tomb. Gives them blockers. They can make the Scoos a 4/4. Well, I think we just present.
5/5.
All right, yeah, there's also carry outed. Okay.
This might force the Leovold into combat finally, which is what I'm after.
Yeah, if that happens, then we jump ahead.
I think this is. It might not total. Oh, you have
Yeah.
Is this just Scoos activations? This is just Scoos
Yeah.
activations. Oh,
I'm thinking that they are going to put 4/4 or 5/5 on the lifelinker, Death Toucher on the 3/2, or maybe the
they're going to have to
one of our
block with some of their mana dorks here, I believe.
yeah.
Sure, that makes sense. Yep. You have to block the rest of this, or else you're dying.
They can gain 2 more life, so
Okay.
they're at 8.
Okay.
Okay. And now we have the decision of they're thinking maybe yeah. Now do we play the big flyer?
I think I'm gonna go for it here. So obvious activations.
Because this is going to feed their skews. We'll have 3 green mana after this and plenty of creatures to choose from. So I was wrong about that Badlands, by the way. It was just play Dragonlord token.
Yeah, and Bloodbraid also is.
Nah.
Alright, so they're at 6. We're gonna Crisis and
Just shoot for the moon. No
yeah.
reason not to.
We don't draw anything off it, but we do get a 6/6 off of it, which is, you know.
We gain 3, go back up to 20. We're still in a good position here, especially if we draw anything of our top end.
Yeah.
The bad news is there's a bunch of Llanowar elves in our deck.
Uh-huh.
The Krasis does not present lethal on its own.
No, because they can Scavenging Ooze too. Okay.
Okay.
That's neutral because they're going to grab a green source. Like, I know that.
They got 1 card left.
They're going to have to block Beast and leave the Death Toucher and go to 1.
Yeah.
And then they can't use Ancient Tomb, so they actually can't do anything here unless their thing is Kill Crisis.
Yeah, but they're going to have a bunch of skews activations.
Yes. Fuck.
You want to attack and then turn all of our lands into 3/3s?
That's basically what I want to do, yes.
I personally love turning all of my lands into 3/3s. Don't target theirs. It'll be awful.
Leovold's dead after this. They have to block here. So it's Leovold and 3/3, and then they're taking 8, but they're going up to 9.
They go to 1. In that case, do we even play the Terrastodon? We'll have... Well, we won't have 2 lethal attackers next turn. Well, maybe. Yeah, we will. Because they only have 4 green sources, so they can go up to 5.
Yeah, but if they have removal, like just literal removal for Crisis, like Abrupt Decay or something.
Yeah, they're more likely to have targeted removal than sweepers. I don't even... It's just it has to be like Damnation. Although they've been targeting our graveyard, if they have Living End, that's really bad for us, but we can't do anything about that.
The thing I like about Terrastodon here is that, like, because of the way our deck is built, like, we can just afford to not have 3 lands.
Yeah, we blow up some forests.
Like,
Hey, what's up? I would like to use this ability.
alright, you got Wrath of God? Damnation, actually.
Yeah, Damnation. The worst would be Living Death.
An argument. Ah. Oh,
Ah,
wow.
they cast Orzhov Signet off the Ancient Tomb. Yay!
I respect. I was gonna say, there's an
Whew.
argument for blowing up their swamp there.
There is to keep them off double black.
Yeah.
Knowing what we know, are there any changes we can make? Our artifact hate seems weak, except for treachery. That's basically it.
Right, which is good. Having some sort of sweeper might be real here.
Like maybe this is an Oblivion Stone
Maybe
game.
this was an O-Stone world. It's awkward, but like, Leovold is going to be tempering a lot of what we're. Do I want that control magic?
Control magic or image would be reasonable.
Yeah. Like maybe this is actually more along the lines of what we want. Again,
We take out the Nature's Claim.
take out these 2 again,
Yeah.
and then make the Island Edition. I feel like they're gonna have some really good targets to image. Like we already saw Tarka, but like You
Even
know?
if they have to have mana creature, like even imaging a it is not a bad play to image a noble hierarch. Like
Yeah.
that's a completely acceptable play.
This is an interesting one. It's not quite a mirror there, but like in essence, it has a lot of similarities with the
It's
mirror match.
it's very similar. I like the cheaper clone because now we can 4 mana clone their Leovold.
Yeah, obviously they can just kill it on target, but we still draw off
Yes.
that.
What do they play that wouldn't do that anyways? Ah, this looks pretty
Spicy.
close.
I'm keeping it.
Yeah, this might be a finale for Noble Hierarchan
I
to
would
cast
do that.
bribery. Yeah.
Thoughtseize?
Ooh, Thoughtseize.
Thoughtseize.
His hand's pretty hard to Thoughtseize. Okay, they're undoing their mulligan.
They weren't
Do they
on a
have a
mulligan. They
Mox?
weren't on a mulligan.
No, they. Okay.
Th-
So they just drew 2, discard 2?
yeah,
Okay.
draw 3, discard 1, so...
What's a Sift? We can beat a Sift. I should have done that on our instep, by the way, if you ever
Yeah,
played with Recall.
because unless they wanted the discard.
Ooh. Here comes the Tarka. It's hard to tell. They were kind of playing like they had Living Death.
But obviously,
They,
also, like, you target our stuff anyway, right? Like,
yeah,
Ooze
because we
should
might
just,
have like
you
we
know...
might have like a E-Witness or something.
It might have been that they just have an e-witness and they were keeping their targets or something like that. But also, yeah, like, obviously, like, some sort of reanimation or even living death is
But
worrisome.
this makes me think not, because they're having to really consider what they're discarding here. Forcible.
Oh!
Okay, my hand's feeling kind of invincible right now.
Yeah, no shit.
I think we are finaleing for Noble Hierarch.
Really want to draw another land. Kill spell? Mana
Mana
Vault.
Vault. Okay, artifact removal is a little better than we thought it was. They
Understandable.
took a turn off to do that.
Here it is.
They have 6 through our turn.
Noble.
Noble is just better than birds. Well, just better.
It's Noble Hierarch. Alright,
Extreme finger
so they have a ton of mana out of this turn. This is, like, probably some active 5 or 6. Or just Leovold pass.
We have clones. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Even if they have, like, wipe our board, which they can't Atarka here. Cool thing is, like, we can Atarka off their steel, right? Like, if they go for some play here.
Yeah, bribery. We can just go all in on bribery. They pitched a force, which that must mean they were low on blue cards in hand. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
That's my read as well, is that they might have one blue card and it was what they were casting.
Which means we're probably not getting Force of Negation.
We might get...
Heartbeat of Spring.
What the fuck?
What's the biggest Hydroid Crisis we can make?
8 right now, but, like, what is this, 5? Turnabout? Oh god, this is Turnabout. Shit.
Treachery on our Noble Hierarch to untap their lands.
Yeah, but this is a mana writ, too.
Yeah, they get 6 mana here.
Well, we can still bribery because of the heartbeat, but...
Yeah.
This is a mana writ, so they're up to 6 mana now.
This is scary, but for some reason I'm not scared yet. Maybe I'm just like a wombat who hasn't realized that the car is dangerous yet.
Yeah. I'm majorly worried. If you're playing Heartbeat, you have a plan, and this is an opponent who's shown very heavily they have a plan. So, like, what's going on here is going to be...
Not tapping Watery Grave.
Worried about, like, Titans.
Worried about like Acidic Slime.
Worried about losing our blue source. Losing our blue source would cut us off some... Okay, search.
That's... See, I'm not...
God, okay.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, opponent. Oh, they're getting Mountain here, maybe.
They can't Atarka off it.
They can Atarka next turn, but so can we.
If it's in their deck.
I meant if it's in play. We have a
Phantasmal
Image and
Hell, we can kill Atarka by double copying it.
Yeah.
Okay, blue source.
Maelstrom Pulse.
Sure.
Why would you target that at a non-land? Okay. I was thinking Vindicate. They would absolutely go over a land there, but no. Okay.
All right, let's just do it. This is just bribery time.
Yep.
Target
Target you.
you.
Get to look at their. You can guess at their hand here. Oh god, Zealous Conscripts.
Ulamog the Infinite.
That thing's indestructible.
Yeah, and they played
They
their
already
treachery.
used their treachery. They have Leovold in hand.
Their hand is Leovold and
Not a Tarka, but they have Leovold. They have Wheel of Fortune, Time Spiral. This is got to be Ulamog there, right?
yeah, I'm picking Ulamog here. Even if they have clones, we have more clones, so
Yeah, we can clone the clone, and we have a indestructible annihilator.
I'm
So
just looking to see if there's something I'm missing in their plays that like we would know about their hand, but we just know Leovold.
we just know Leovold. There's only one other card, so it's hard to tell.
Anyway,
Anyways,
mana loss warning. So they've got a billion mana. They can do whatever.
they can do whatever with their Leovold and 2 mystery cards.
They
choose
weirdly enough, a play that would be like really strong here would be like any mana source other Ulamog.
Yeah, if they Ulamogged our Ulamog, that would put us in quite a predicament.
Of course, that would mean their hand would have to be land, Ulamog, Frosty.
Something. Frost Titan would be pretty good.
Maybe
But then we Frosty their Frosty.
yeah.
I think we use Phantasmal Image first.
I think no, this is a time spiral they drew.
Ooh.
Pretty sure this is Fraley's.
Fraley's makes an elf.
So that was their draw.
The elf does protect against the Annihilator.
And then there's the Leovold.
And then there's Leovold. Okay.
Sure.
We are going to attack, and if we draw a land, play. Who knows?
That's a good play.
That's a pretty good one. I was like thinking about like Primal Command on something.
I kind of like copying Leovold here too.
Yeah, and we use Phantasmal Image to do it. Because they can just blow up
Yeah.
Phyrexian Metamorph.
Do I do that pre?
They can't do anything now.
I just attack and see what they say. No, yeah. I should probably do my stuff now in case they sack their Heartbeat.
Sure.
Well, it doesn't matter. All I'm going to be doing is Phantasmal Imaging.
Yeah, because if we're not, Wurmcoil is also not that great of a play into Fraley's. Because they'll just blow it up and give us 2 worms. Is that okay? Okay, they sack 4. Treachery and, Noble Hierarch and Elf. Okay,
that's why the Heartbeat. That's why I thought. I thought the Heartbeat would go. Cool.
Okay, now take 11. And 1 Leovold, please.
Hell mode activated. Double hell mode activated.
Even more hell and more mode than ever before.
Triple hell mode.
Well, they even take a damage here from their Mana Vault.
Nice.
They couldn't time spiral anymore, and
yeah.
I respect that Heartbeat of Spring.
That was a very that worked out pretty well for them, like as far as what they were able to do, especially knowing they had Leovold. The problem being that bribery is that good.
Yeah, the problem with here's the bribery preys on green-blue ramp decks in Vintage Cube. Is like I remember very distinctly a match where I really wanted to board out our Eldrazi because our opponent was bribing us each game. And I was like, we'd have a hard time winning without it, but we're going to lose if they bribe us. But that's just how it goes.
So that was nice. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that both games were Leovold mirrors in the end.
Yeah, where we didn't quite finale for Metamorph, but we went on mono.
I like this
Draw. Yeah, this is just good enough for me. It's a bit mana heavy, but we got to pay out.
I also just like that this means almost anything is live, as far as a
Yeah.
draw looks.
Ooh,
Okay.
Seachrome Coast.
That.
Okay, that improves the hand drastically. We can do that on 3.
Even without using Druid's Accelerate.
Okay. Yo ho!
Okay.
In for 1.
No.
Containment Priest.
Even just like yeah, Containment Priest is the actual reason.
Yeah, Snapcaster Major,
But
I guess.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't want to walk into like right now. Specifically, making our 5 is too important for that one point.
Yeah. Can we play Wormcoil Engine next turn if they tap out for something?
Yes.
I think we should probably do that if they tap out for something. They're not going to, so we're going to play a Whisperwood Elemental.
These are some really good draws.
Yeah, the top of our deck has been very kind to us.
All right. Well, this is a card that's getting countered.
We'll be killed. They can kill before I end step and deny the thing. We let them lose to 3 life, right?
Yeah. Also, really happy that that's used
Yeah, that makes our Wormcoil much better.
because that's obviously a strong answer to Wormcoil.
Okay, just Esper.
Esper control with powerful spells. Sure.
Tasigur? Okay, we resolve Wormcoil into that.
Easy.
Tassigur's just a dude. Do you have Path to Exile?
Like they can't even specifically get it with like an O-ring because we have to rest it on here.
Yeah.
Like they O-ring, I will like just kill the O-ring in some of our lands.
I can have any number of exile removal,
Yeah, there's a
but the English I'm
billion.
making
Yeah.
means that more likely they have a destroy effect in their hand.
I think they probably have like a council's judgment. They obviously spent it on they wanted to use their instant speed removal on Whisperwood to
Yeah.
prevent the 2/2. I think this is like really.
They're activating Tasigur. We give them the Thieving Skydiver. Because if they
Yeah.
target Walking Ballista, we just shoot.
There you go.
I guess they could pay 8 mana to steal our Wormcoil Engine. Want another Wormcoil Engine?
Kind of want another Wormcoil engine.
We could play Tasigur, but Wormcoil Engine just has to be better, right?
Yeah.
Should we attack first?
No.
They might kill it. Okay. Anyways, whoop.
So if you didn't answer the first one,
I can activate Tasigur again to get Karn, and then they'll double up on the worst of 2 card abilities, and then they will die.
their best play here is Mana Crypt.
Monocrypt would be pretty good.
We lose to that. It's actually quite funny. You might wonder, how the hell do we lose to Mana Crypt? Well, you remember that card we gave them?
Well, that card they gave him then needs 8 mana to steal our
Mhm.
Wormcoil Engine.
Mhm.
Yeah. Means Nature's Claim would be a great draw. We can claim our own Wormcoil Engine in response. Gideon.
They're
Destroy
dead.
target tapped creature. Okay.
I just killed Gideon.
Yep. Destroy target tapped creature.
They're dead.
Wormcoil. Yeah, they're dead. This Wormcoil is surprise damage. Not Wormcoil, but Ballista is.
Yeah. Because, like, I don't have to attack Gideon here. I can just attack them.
Um,
We kill them.
yeah, we can't quite cast Bribery here to get the lowdown.
Because they have to block the 6/6.
Yeah. How do we feel about Bribery if Tassigur's their best Bribery target? That's still pretty good, right?
Still good enough to keep, yeah.
We might be playing like a Wall of Omens or something, which I would accept. Yeah, play around monetize by not overpaying for your ballista. What's up? Remember channel walking ballista?
Yeah.
One of the dumber ways we've won a game.
So the other thing they could have done was be like taunt Gideon, but I can Terastodon.
Yeah, we can blow up the
So
Terrest. We can Terrastodon the Gideon, and then
I think that game was decided on the fact that their hand was so bad that they had to main phase a Tassiger activation.
yeah.
Um,
I don't think we. I don't know what we immediately change.
kind of like
Biogenic could be
kind of
okay.
like Ooze as a way to pressure this opponent because it seems like
If they seem to be on targeted removal.
yeah, I like Shark Typhoon here. I like Bribery will be fine. Predator should be fine. Nature's Claim maybe here.
It'd be something like Nature's Claim.
They clearly are gonna have targets, but
You've got plenty of answers. It'd be like Nature's Claim or Acidic Slime.
I
But
still
being
want
able to,
I want Mana Denial as an
yeah,
option
being
here.
able to blow up a double black or double white sources. Double.
Damn,
This is borderline.
I would like to, but I don't think we can.
Yeah, this would be a greedy keep. Whereas this kind of sucks, but going to 5 sounds worse.
It's like we have to draw a forest, and then I finale for 3, and like we put the Primal Command on bottom.
Yeah, seems like we're doing that.
I don't like
Top, yeah, top of deck was nice to us last game. Maybe it'll be nice to us this game.
it. Give me a Noble
Hierarch.
Hierarch off the top, please.
Okay, suspend ancestral vision.
Sure,
That's pretty bad for us.
that's fine.
Yeah, baseline hand functions now. Put a druid off the top, please.
Yeah, because now we can. Nice.
Colonnade. Well,
Sure.
Escusa is fine. Tax blocks.
Threatens them. Like, they might want to spend removal on a Scoos. Especially.
Makes their Tassiger worse.
Right, they have a Tassiger, you know? Like, we can reasonably assume that there's stuff they care about.
They're off black.
Okay.
Skyclave. That's fine.
Yeah, sure. Again, Scoos is like a thing I wanted to play, so.
We can finale for a creature.
Finale for a creature would allow me to Nissa next turn if I go for that.
It also plays pretty bad into the removal, but what else are we doing? We could just play the Trigon here.
I kind of want to get things rolling quick. I'm going to go ahead and finale for a 1.
Yeah, we can play the Sanctum here. Go ahead and pick up Noble.
Noble specifically so we can attack for 4 next turn.
Yeah, finale for 1 reminds me a lot of the much better play of
Green
Sun for 0 to get to get Dryad Arbor, which is a play you see all the time.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons that Green Sun is banned in Modern.
Sure.
Okay, they're going to draw a million cards.
You want to refill? That's fine by me. I mean, it sucks, but like we already knew. I don't know if I've talked about that specific play being one of the most obnoxious answers to Noble Hierarch. I used to do that all the time because I played Blue-White Control in that format.
We're going to draw Garrick. It's fine.
Just draw a land.
Land would be acceptable.
Fine.
Well, yeah.
And I will Trigon.
Yeah, no reason not to. We lose to Wrath, we lose to Wrath. We get a 2/2 if they Wrath.
So, Green Sun Zenith, the card we're talking about as far as Finale for 1, is effectively the same card as Finale, but it costs 1 green X instead of double green X.
Yeah.
And it can only search green creatures from deck.
It only does green creatures, and because it's a Zenith, it shuffles back into your deck after you play it.
Yes. But yeah, Ousting. So it puts the creature second from top, and then they gain 3. Ousting a mana dork is one of the rudest goddamn things you can do in the world. because what it means is you're going to draw that mana dork on turn 3, or whatever, 2 turns later, and it's going to be like a really obnoxious draw that you won't have time to play.
And Dryad Arbor is a messed up card from Future Sight that is a 1/1 Dryad that is also a forest.
Yeah,
So it's a land that is a 1/1 forest.
so you can search a land.
So you can search for a 0-cost creature that is a mana dork.
Mm,
Dryad Arbor is one of the weirder cards ever printed, while also being one of the simplest weird cards ever printed.
yeah,
It's a creature that's not a spell, doesn't use the stack. It's a land that has summoning sickness.
fetchable. That's
Gideon? It can kill our. Oh, okay.
I mean, I just Nissa and then
Yeah, we just Nissa and then.
attack it for 5. The land gets vigilant, so they can't kill it. Obviously, we know our draw. I could play that, but I don't want them killing my land.
Yeah. So, yeah, we did ship in with Nissa. They can kill Trigon or birds if they're really thirsty, but they'll probably just wake up Gideon and attack Nissa. Which we could defend against by playing Noble, but that would, if we did that, they would just kill our forest.
Right, which I think would be a pretty good play there as well.
How big is Gideon when he wakes up?
6/6. Enough to do the thing.
Means we might block with forest. Okay, brainstorm. They might have a fetch land here.
Yeah. But yeah, like Dryad Arbor is so weird because it is also a forest, so like
Nissa would make a double tap. You can return it with Quirion Ranger or whatever.
You can fetch it with a.
You can fetch it and have a surprise blocker. I don't think Dryad Arbor was that much of a mistake. I do think it was incredibly weird.
So yeah, but yeah, fetch it with a fetch land or like Knight of the Reliquary or all sorts of different odds and ends.
Can't Maelstrom Pulse it.
It's a very funny card because before they did Secret Layers, they did a product called From the Vault. There's the fetch, which we kind of knew was coming. Before they did Secret Layers, they did a product called From the Vaults, which were like reprint set things that were.
Well, indicate, indeed.
Sure, it's fine. It's an annoyance, but I think we can still kill Gideon, so it's not really.
Yeah, we can be fine here.
I'm a little worried that 1-for-1 removal is going to start looking quite nice.
You've drawn 5 cards, yeah. Removal looks pretty nice when you've drawn 5 cards.
Yes, it does.
Attack, they block. We blow up there. Yeah, we can do that, or we can kill with birds. Yeah,
we can kill it with birds.
Do we blow up their colonnade?
I don't have the mana to do that if I kill Gideon.
Could let Gideon live for a turn.
I can't allow that. I feel like we will lose the game if that occurs.
Okay.
Because like if we don't kill Gideon here, we have no way of killing Gideon, and they will untap, and likely Gideon will never have shield down like this in any other.
So we basically have to do it now.
Yeah. I feel convinced that now is the only time that Gideon is killable. We have to solo attack with birds.
And with the birds. Don't die, birds.
If I attack with Forest, I feel like they just block with Skyclave and then Wrath. By the way, that's still happening, but like we get a 2/2 out of it.
We do get a 2/2 out of it.
I feel like the leaving Gideon alive, my problem there is that I feel like I'm pretty ill confident a Wrath of God is in our future.
Is this a fatal push?
This is hopefully it's a Path to Exile, but fatal push is a likely play here as well. Or yeah.
Yep, fatal push.
Okay, that's annoying. But yeah, anyway, what I was trying to get to about the From the Vault is that there's a From the Vault Dryad Arbor that has art that just makes it look like a goddamn basic forest.
Mm-hmm.
And it allows you to like the President Arc saying exactly that. Anyway, you got
Teferino, bouncer land.
Yep. Okay.
Well, we don't really have lands anyways,
It's
but they're gonna plus and kill our noble hierarch.
time to slow things down.
Yep. Okay.
I can still kill their colonnade.
If we draw a clone, we can Skyclave their Skyclave. I'm feeling like tapping out suddenly.
Oof. I'm feeling like we just drew the best fucking thing in the world.
Okay,
Huh?
what if come from
Oh, all
behind? We
right.
get to keep our noble hierarch. They use their Teferi, so they can't bounce it back. Ringer, ringer, give us a chicken dinner,
All right.
please. Ulamog, ulamog.
Fuck.
Worm coil?
This looks like worm coil to me. Yeah.
Tassiger's a close second, but worm coil seems pretty dandy.
One of the problems is that the Teferi will slowly build up to bounce range, but
Worm coil will put a lot of pressure on that.
yeah, let's take a look at what else we got here. We got Signet, Signet, Relic, Karn, Karn, Time Warp, Absent, 3 unknowns in their deck.
Mm-hmm.
Anything we know?
Trying to think. What we Anguish and King we saw last game. They didn't play much last game.
Gideon, Tassiger, Mild, Karn, and Thieving Skydiver. Okay. Anyway.
Okay, we place our hope in.
By the way, not liking bribery in this matchup.
Yeah, bribery looks pretty bad.
Specifically because of things like this Teferi. Like where
Probably
we.
take it out for Phantasmal Image.
Yeah, I'd rather have something like that. Or, we already have Primal Command in the main. Sure. That was one of the cards that they had in hand. Okay.
Okay, they have swords. Okay. Never saw that swords art before.
This one's pretty cool. I like this one.
They're holding that hoe upside down though.
They are, but the art is okay. That's bad. You play a Signet? No. Okay. Well,
Well, we get attacked for a bunch. We just gained 6 life. We can blow up the colonnade.
no, we can't. Now we can.
If we have to have a creature spell that gets us out of this. Or for them to play an extremely high value, very cheap artifact.
Karn make a token, and then we like steal it.
For a 1/1, yeah, it's about as best as we could do.
Look, we're not getting a lot of value out of this Thieving Skydiver here. That's fine.
I wonder if they jam Glen Elendra into Ooze when they Gideon Plus here. Could draw Whisperwood.
Whisperwood would be very nice here because it would give us a big. Ooze would also be good here. Like again, we have a couple good 5s that actually like build a board pretty reasonably.
Garrett could be pretty bad. Nissa would be pretty bad.
Yes.
Is Nissa dead already? No.
So it'd be like anything Glen Elendra counters is a horrible draw.
Yeah. I think they might sacrifice the front half of Nissa of Glen
Uh,
Elendra here.
Nissa's over here. Yeah, Nissa was this game.
Yeah, Nissa's got out.
So Garrick would be a horrible draw. That's terrifying.
Yeah. If we draw a land, can we tap out? So I don't see us getting out of this.
Yeah, because now they can easily attack. No blocks, thank you very much.
Because their graveyard is pretty stocked. I think it got indicated by English Unmaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they give us the 2/2 because they can make the 2/2 run into Tassiger next turn.
Or they can just bounce it with Teferi if they were that scared of it.
I don't think they're doing that. They might if their hand's bad.
I probably should be conceding this game. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
I don't. But the actual problem here is that Glenalundra is a little bit too much.
Yeah, we were choked out. Okay.
Um.
So bribe out in something.
Yeah, bribery just doesn't cut it when they can just bounce the target with multiple things, and they don't have a pure unanswerable thing that gives us an advantage there. If we could resolve Ugin, that would feel really good, but that's tough.
They have Anguished Unmaking
Yeah.
and Glenalindra, so it's a little bit of a hard sell.
Speaking of which, I don't know.
Image your O Stone seems like.
I'm kind of like an O Stone as an answer to, like, they do have this sort of Planeswalker setup that we need to be able to do anything about.
Yeah. I'll have to be wary that they can steal the O Stone if we don't use it right away.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But then we can always metamorph it back and use it again.
Anything else that looks reasonable on our board? No,
They
let's
play
just.
any more claim targets? I don't think so.
No, we saw they have a couple signets, and that's about it.
Yeah, the best claim target would be Coalition Relic, but we can
Oh,
probably blow that up anyways.
I'm gonna go with Ugin instead.
Okay.
Like they can unmake it. Like this is a problem for like Glenalundra, but like this card resolving does actually still wipe the board and leave us with something. In
Yeah, it
most
leaves us with
cases,
something, and or if it just ticks up,
right?
it doesn't have to tick up that much to ult, and you do win when you ultimate Ugin.
Damn it!
You never know. We're playing so many 1-mana creatures. This hand is actually great.
Oh God! I was so
Woo!
worried about looking at this hand, and then I saw the Mox Emerald final
It was
card, and
like,
it's like
Wazam!
this
What if
hand's.
we turn to Garrick?
Whew, that's tough to beat. And we have Thieving Skydiver to steal some mana rocks from him.
Oh yeah, if they go like Signet, we are rolling.
I will absolutely keep this, and then we'll put an island on the bottom of my deck. Thank you very
Goodbye,
much.
Island. Goodbye, Island.
And then.
Yep.
Uh-huh. All right. Please.
Okay.
I'm asking you, do not oust this.
Don't fatal push it either. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay, that's good for next turn. They're gonna play a Signet though, and we're gonna make a beast.
Anyway.
Guy's Cradle off the top.
Uh-huh.
Do we want to thieve that, or do we just make a giant Hydroid Crisis?
I want to steal that. I want to cut them off mana pretty
Yes.
soundly.
Okay. Cast with kicker. X equals 2. No. Yeah, there we go. Just make a beast here.
Yes.
Their turns off Wrath. And next turn we Hydroid Crisis.
And they haven't shown like burn damage. Like
Yeah. Or we could also Whisperwood next turn, because I think Wrath with Whisperwood in play. That's also fine. Okay, they're desperation mode.
desperation mode, I'm gonna Crisis. I think.
Yeah.
We'll see. I feel like we have this one just sold. Yeah, maybe Whisperwood in case they do have a Wrath.
Well, if they Wrath, we still have a big Garrick and some cards in hand. How much is our Crisis for? If we draw a land, that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 Crisis.
The 6/6 Crisis
6,
with
6
the draw
Crisis.
3.
Yeah, that seems fine.
That seems fine. Also, we attack for 8 in that.
We saw their deck last time, and they didn't have
Yes.
a Wrath.
They might have been,
Okay, one of their 3 cards in hand could have been a Wrath.
They could have been sandbagging it.
At the very least, we're attacking for 8.
Yes, and then I'm just going to play a Crisis.
And if they do kill us,
Actually,
untap 2 target lands. These ones. Okay, and then next turn we can go like Whisperwood, Metamorph Whisperwood.
yes.
Then all of our creatures, when they die, shadows die twice.
Oh, you don't get the shadows die twice much, but you know.
End of turn brainstorm, the worst kind of brainstorm.
Desperation brainstorm. Which look at this board.
Yeah,
This is the most desperation I've seen. You know.
it's like, well, crap. What do we even do here?
So fatal push, Krasis.
Swamp, fatal push, indicates they still die.
No, swamp, fatal push, Krasis. Teferi, bounce, beast token, pass.
They still die.
Not if they also kill Krasis.
Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. They go to 1. They can't use fetch lands anymore.
Hmm. Damn.
Okay, well, we get to kill Teferi and put them to 2.
Sounds good to me.
We can pull. I think Whisperwood is better in this situation.
Yeah. Anyway, let's do combat first.
He might even make a beast this turn.
Their only play that saves them next turn is Gideon.
Not buy them a turn. Okay. Hold up counterspell.
So Gideon would buy them a turn because we don't have an answer to Gideon other than attacking it for lethal, which we can easily do. Okay. Hey.
La da 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 da.
That was the deck on every possible cylinder right there.
Yeah,
that was
like
perfect.
a hand that looked very bad until suddenly you realize
Mox.
that you're going to play out your hand. Your opponent was going to play a Signet into your Sky Stealer, and everything was going to go perfect. I'm on for called shots today.
I was feeling that was good stuff. Let me go ahead and good old cube. What we have to do is when we have those, obviously. Oh, we have a couple of these.
We can open our product.
Let us open our product. What do we got? Hey, it's fitting.
It's Gideon. Off-model Gideon is here to tell you.
I mean, this is old Gideon, so this is the Gideon. This is it.
That's the Gideon we fought against. That
Also,
was not good enough.
Also, all of them. I guess this is the.
It's a weird Wall Woman's art.
Yeah.
It's the normal Fire Mines research art, I think. No,
that's
not.
not.
That
That's
you
all.
also had on Maga.
Yeah. And then we got this is from Jumpstart. I think this must be how they're putting these lines on here.
Ah, yeah, it would make sense.
I think that's Jumpstart. Like the like zombie one, maybe. Anyway, we also have the
Open our treasure chest. Never to return.
Anyway. Feel very good about that, especially after as a dichotomy parallel to our Tuesday draft, which was Boros nonsense.
Didn't go as well, whereas this one went very good. We lost a game. We didn't almost go the 6-0 there. We lost that one game. We lost pretty.
Yeah, that was extremely a game we lost. There was no.
Yeah. It was like, yes, we had no outs for like 5 turns.
Yeah.
Bribery could have been the out, but they needed to have an Ulamog in their deck, and they
So
didn't.
so yeah, that's gonna be it for now. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Gnome. I'm glad we got to do some drafting.
I'm Gnomebitten.
Yeah. If you want to catch more, you can always follow, subscribe for Cool Skulls and Slimes.
Skulls and
Um,
Slimes.
Again, weekdays 7, weekends 2. Tomorrow is some more Slay the Spire, and Saturday I've got some randomizers I'm gonna be checking out. Specifically, there is a bloodstained randomizer that reports to be an actual randomizer,
Ooh.
um, and a Earthbound Ancient Cave hack. I'll be checking those out.
Ooh.
Um,
Trash hamburgers.
yeah. So yeah, that's the plan for the upcoming. So if you want to catch those, you can follow and check them out. So thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.